because we are the ones involved, and we are the peak of academic attainment in Africa. We should be the ones to sort out our own problems. And the best way to do that is to develop a sustainable engagement method that will ensure that the leadership system is independent of individuals, but pays attention to the highest level of opinion quality, so that we can have best at all the time to present the continent in the best way.
You have about 30 seconds left.
Okay, thank you very much. So I appeal to you to consider voting for me and to support all through the process, so that we can work together to get the kind of Africa we want to be proud of. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Elijah Odi, for the brief introduction and also stating why you think you should be voted for. So the floor is open to the audience for questions. You've heard him. It's time for you to challenge him before he goes to the voting stand. Otherwise, you may not have such opportunity again. If there is anything you would like to ask him, this is the time to do so.
Oh, let me ask a question. Good evening.
All right, thank you.
My name is Akinrinade. I'm from Gideon University. Thank you for your presentation. You have served in the last 1 year the organization. I would like to ask, what will be your main focus and motivation if you are voted to continue in the second year? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Over to you, Dr. Elijah. Please, as brief as you can. Possible.
Yes, my main focus will be to enlarge OAD's engagement capacity, package ourselves well to show how much value we have and how much more value we can generate, and use that as a means, as a bargaining power to bring OAD into collaboration with other highly placed organizations around the world, and use that as a means of attaining the best for our members, or opening opportunities for our members to get the best of benefits that they can get as a result of their participation or involvement in the building of the organization.
All right. Thank you. Are you satisfied, Dr. Akinrinade, with that?
That's fine, sir. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir. So,
I can just mention one more. It's to expand the membership of the organization, to increase the number of people. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So your time is up. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. You want to ask who is okay? Yeah. Oh, Samaila Usman is asking a question.
Yeah, this is Samuel.
No. It's me that raised hand. I think. Yeah.
I could see Gideon and Samaila. Two people raised their hands.
Yeah, Samaila, I was the one that raised my hand first. So
okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I have this question to our president. I know you have been the president since the inception of this organization, and you have tried your best. But we know any organization that has any solid financial base is handicapped. So what are your plans for finances, how to finance the activities of the organization?
All right, thank you. Please, in 30 seconds, would you please respond to him?
Yes, the plan is that at the moment, the website is almost ready. And once the website is ready, we are going to integrate a payment platform to it, and then invite members. In fact, a lot of members have been asking us already on how the organization is being financed. We've explained to them that people are volunteering and they are interested to contribute. So we'll open it up and allow people, everybody to participate in contributing, but the minimum amount to make it easy for everybody to participate, not too burdensome.
All right, thank you for that response. Your time is completely up. We need to make up for the time lost somehow subsequently. Thank you, Dr. Elijah Odi, and you could stay on the platform if you wish to. You could as well exit if you want to, but I recommend you stay on the platform. So the next candidate on our
Professor
list,
Samuel,
yes,
I was thinking I raised my hand. Okay, it's okay.
I'm sorry, Gideon.
Okay,
I can say I'm sorry, Samuel. I'm sorry, Gideon. We may not leave here on time if we take all the questions. Sorry about that. Next is Vice President Central Africa, Abdoulaye Mamat Akaye.
Yeah.
So, all right, the floor is yours. You have approximately 2.5 minutes. Please try and keep to time to introduce yourself and tell us why you think you're the best candidate to lead for OOAD as the Vice President, Central Africa.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Samuel. My name is Abdoulaye Babette. I'm a PhD candidate. My major is land resources management, but I focus more on environmental management in foreign direct investment. Actually, for OOAD, I think I am a suitable candidate for Vice President of Central Africa, because apart from speaking Chinese, I also speak French plus my mother language. So for the countries in Central Africa are French speakers. And I believe that with what our founding fathers, the founding fathers of OAD has already put as foundation, I can add to it by extending the vision to French countries by translating the vision into French and making them understand, and even translate it in my mother tongue. Why not? And OAD has already started with the campus ambassador, university ambassador. I think it will help expand the reputation of OAD, and I think I can really work with that in Central Africa. So I'll be like the bridge between OAD and then the rest of the people from Central.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
All right. Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
All right. Thank you. Questions would come in now. I think Gideon is raising his hand. So, Gideon,
no,
please.
This was for the president. No.
Okay. If we still have more time,
No problem.
the president can come on. You can ask later.
Okay.
So, any question for Abdoulaye Mamat?
Yeah, my only question would be like, since it is for regional, office, we would like to know the country she came from.
Oh,
Yeah, since it's the regional office.
Sorry,
she said Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Okay. She's from Cameroon.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any other question for Mamat? Mamat, I'm just curious if you've handled any similar administrative position. As you may know, that the vice president would be working closely with the president, and that means you will be handling a lot of things related to at least your region, Central Africa. So, have you handled any position in similar capacity previously? And yeah, basically this question. Please, in the next 30 or 60 seconds, you should respond to this.
Thank you for the question. Yes, I've handled such similar positions. The first one was actually during the AFCON. Actually, it's an African tournament that we usually organize in my city in Wuhan.
Okay. Oh. I can barely hear you from here. Not sure if I'm the only one.
Yes, I cannot hear her.
Oh, her internet should be the challenge,
Yes.
I guess. We can't hear you if you can hear us. At least myself and some other colleagues can't hear you.
I think she's
Oh,
she's not on.
oh, all right. What do we do now? It's already 9:16, which is 4 minutes. She started around 9:12. We can give her. Oh, this is 9:17. Let's see, one more minute, 1 extra minute. If she could connect back. Okay. All right, let's move to the next candidate. I can see Shehu Ibrahim also has a question for her. We can ask this later. The next candidate is for Vice President Eastern Africa, Brian Odhiambo Ayugi. Brian Odhiambo Ayugi. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well. It's not intentional. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, you have about 2 minutes to tell us about yourself and why you think you should be voted into office.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Brian Odhiambo Ayugi, Kenyan nationality, and also at the moment I'm in Nanjing doing my postdoc. Why we need to be given a mandate to continue serving as an executive official in the OAD, number one, to fulfill the vision of OAD, which we began some years ago, which an anchor project of a paper to product initiative. I intend, given an opportunity, to ensure that the anchor project of this paper to product is accomplished by successfully recruiting the ambassadors in the nations that we have, the members nation, which are about 108 ambassadors. I also intend to give my energy in strengthening the research groups and ensure that the coordinators and members continually or actively perceive or move on with their project to accomplish the research component of OAD. I've got also passion at some point to see how we can strengthen or capacity build the grooming of the masters team so that we can transfer some of the skills, which is some of my strength in the research, and so that they can also learn on how to go about the research. And last but not least, I intend to ensure, given an opportunity, to see that the organization is fully registered within the headquarters nation, and at the local perspective or a regional perspective, see that we mobilize institutions of research and academic to have the members being part of the organization. That is all I aspire, given opportunity, to accomplish. Thank you.
Oh, all right, thank you, Dr. Brian Odhiambo Ayugi. Are there questions? Okay, I can see Abdoulaye Babette. You have questions for him?
No, she is the one that
Yeah,
just
I
went.
know she was the immediate past presenter.
Okay.
We will attend to her later. Any question for Dr. Ayugi? What about Dr. Yeah, Pagou? Do you have question for Dr. Pagou? Do you have question for Dr. Ayugi? So no question for him.
Thank
No.
you, sir.
I have just one question for you. Can you hear me, Dr. Ayugi?
I can hear you very well, sir.
All right, sir. I was just wondering if you've handled similar position previously. Of course, I know you're part of the current executive from your introduction beginning from yesterday. I know you've been part of the current executive. Have you handled any positions similar to maybe not in the same capacity, but similar previously?
Thank you, thank you. I will say that answer is yes. At the very first level that I have ever served at the position of the vice president was the university where I was doing my bachelor's degree. I served in this position in one of the local or an institution that was bringing in together the scientists and the professional. We call it IMSA, and also we also call it EMPA. We all have this ones in Kenya, where we bring all the professional of environmental people and we try to achieve the agenda. In the university here where I've served so much in these student organizations. These are not at the very international level of the OAAD, but they are part of the training at this local ground that gave us an interaction with the students, interaction with the officials, interaction with the leaders to see how we can mobilize and ensure that we coordinate things to work in very well. But at the very international forum, I've never had an opportunity to serve in an institution equal capacity of an OAAD, except this chance that I got last year that we've served diligently.
All right, thank you. If there are no other questions, then you can remain on the platform. Otherwise, if you have other things to do, then you can exit. But I advise you stay. Probably you could have questions for other contestants as well. All right, thank you, Dr. Ayugi.
Okay.
Next is from Eastern Africa. Vice President Eastern Africa is Evelyn Bernard Ondi. Evelyn Bernard Ondi. Is Evelyn here?
Yes.
All right. The stage is yours, please.
I just want to know if you can hear me, please.
Yes, I can. From here, I can hear you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, ladies.
Nine.
My name is Evelyn Ondi. I am from Tanzania. Currently, I'm a PhD student in economics at Kenya University. Of OAD for Eastern African. And I think I fit for this position. First,
Please, can you speak up? I can barely hear you. Or move close to your mic. Thank you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. I don't know how much you have heard, so sorry for that. I will start.
Yeah, Professor Samuel, sorry, maybe when you're not talking, you could mute yourself. It's bringing some kind of interference.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, and you took a little bit of my time, so sorry. I will start. My name is Evelyn Ondi. I'm from Tanzania. Currently, I'm a PhD student in economics here at Henan University, China. I'm competing to be a vice president for Oaad, Eastern African region. Why I'm the best candidate for this is because, as I said, in order to be great, you have to love what you do. And I love being a leader. And I've been a leader in several occasions. I was a president in high school. Currently, I'm a representative of international students in our Department of Economics here in China. I joined the Oaad a few months ago, but I've already volunteered to become the secretary of economics research group before competing for this position. So simply, I know the mission and the vision of Oaad, that we want to improve the quality of life of the people through research, innovation, and technology by doctoring these solutions by using our research. So my main task is to help the president and the organization at large to reach this goal. So as President said earlier, his current goal is to increase the number of members. So what I'm gonna do is to make sure that goal is attained by spreading the word about Oaad in East Africa. And I can do so because I can speak all the languages that are spoken in East Africa, including Burundi. I speak French, I speak English, I speak Swahili. So I'm sure whoever that I'm going to meet will understand everything that I'm going to say. And besides that, I believe that even if I'm not so experienced in this organization, inexperience can be overcome and ignorance can be enlightened. So I'm ready to learn, to listen, and to lead the way. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there questions for her?
Let me ask a question.
For Evelyn. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. My name is Akinrinade. I would like to ask your contribution to your research group in the last, since you joined the organization. What have been your contribution?
Very much. I'm working closely with the coordinator of the group. We have already conducted 2 meetings so that we can, to introduce our message to ourselves. And also, currently, we have a project that is going on poverty alleviation, and we're encouraging more members to bring up what topic they have concerning rich research. That is what I've done so far.
Are you satisfied?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Thank you. Do we have other questions for Evelyn? Well, if there is none, thank you, Evelyn. You could stay on the platform if you want to. You could as well exit if you choose to. So we would move to the next candidate here. Vice President, Northern Africa, we have Taha Hussein Musa. All right. Is Taha Hussein Musa here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, please, we would like to see you. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, your time starts now. Brief introduction and
okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Taha Hussein Musa. I'm from Sudan. PhD student in Southeast University, School of Public Health. Thank you for chairman of opportunity. I would love to be a vice president of North Africa region because I want to support Oaad, build a strong national and international cooperation with Oaad and another stockholder, then Africa, Europe, Asia, and Pacific region. Second, to build a capacity of Oaad member in the field of humanitarian, educational, and entrepreneurship, build a strong foundation for Oaad as a younger organization, find a chance and opportunity for Oaad researchers and Oaad team, like in terms of research productivity, small projects, such project like income generation activity, Later also to reduce the poverty alleviations and improve the livelihoods of African people through the program that Knowledge We Gain, or Knowledge Economy. Used those resources we have, skills we have, to push OAD program forward. Work together as a team to build a solid foundation for OAD in future. And I would love to see OAD like as a big organization. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Taha Hussein Musa. Any question for him?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, sir. Just now you mentioned, entrepreneurship. I would like to ask, do you have any experience in entrepreneurship? Could you give us some example if there are any?
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's entrepreneurship is the part of a main project has been conducted in 2003 among Eritrean Ethiopian refugees within the camps, and it's very successful program. We create a small project, we improve the livelihood more of 1,000 people, we create a job. We create also like some increasing the capacity building of the community in terms of income generation activity, and we opportunity for those refugees. Second experience with the Relief International and the Humanitarian Agency Services. Also, FAM is one of the programs done in Sudan. Another program is the Community Humanitarian Fund, which is specifically to improve the livelihood of community through supporting them, deliver humanitarian services. No, train them, find opportunity.
Please, could you round up? Could you round up? Yeah, you can summarize. You just summarize.
Oh, so last or least, it's a great opportunity with Oxfam Relief International, especially in income generation activity and under humanitarian, what's called UNSD, United States Humanitarian Fund, and World Health Organization, and UNDP, which is a big program, improves the livelihood of people, more than 10,000 and 600 vulnerable women through entrepreneurship program. It's a program organized, supervised by me.
Please round up. We don't
Thank you so much.
All
Next.
right.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Hello?
Is it okay, Dr. Arnold?
Yes, it's okay, it's okay.
All right, thank you. So, thank you, Taha Hussein Musa, and yeah, you could stay on the platform if you want to, or you can as well leave if you prefer to. So, next candidate is Leseko Makhetha, vying for Vice President, Southern Africa. Your time
Yes.
starts now.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Leseko Makhetha. You know, I have always loved research, but I had one question in my mind. What is the end result of research and the publications in Africa? That was after the realization that there are excellent policy papers in Africa that are published, but the policymakers take less interest from such papers. Thus, these papers do not benefit for the development agenda of the African countries. So that with such realization, that is when my colleagues and myself took an initiative to establish different innovative projects. For instance, we have the Innovation Hub in my country. I'm part of it. We have research-based tourism projects that I'm part of. Energy Research Center that I'm also part of. But then as we were doing these projects, we also realized all these projects are research-based. And then as we conducted these projects, we realized that one of the problems we have is funding. That's when we also took another initiative to start the Saving and Credit Cooperative Societies to
You have
finance
about 1
these
minute to round up.
developments.
About 1
Okay.
minute.
Now, when I saw the vision of OAAD, which is to enhance livelihoods through research, technology, innovation in Africa, why? Because there is so much brain drainage from Africa to the developing world, simply because of these three phenomena: the research, technology, and innovation in Africa. So that's why I want to be part of OAAD, to really push hard towards this beautiful initiative in Africa to enhance the livelihoods of Africans through research, innovation, and technology. That's why I really want to contest for this position.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. So the floor is open for questioning.
Okay, thank you. I have a question to ask. Like, I would like to know how, like, what will you do so that those deciding in the countries take advantage of those papers that are published? What action could you do?
Yeah, so like I think I'll do the same thing that I've done so far. After realizing that the policymakers are not so much interested in these papers, I realized that I'm working for the university. So in the university, I'm in the Department of Economics. So the Department of Economics, together with the Department of Science, we join hands and then try to come up with innovative projects in Lesotho. And all those innovative projects are paper-based, research-based. For instance, at the moment, we are establishing the first ever research-based artificial tourism in Lesotho. So I realized that if we can come together as academicians, and then we can try to accomplish something so big for the development of our nations. So at the moment, I think I'll continue doing what I do best, which is instead of writing and publishing and it ends there, we write.
You have
we
about
publish,
30 seconds, please. Round up. About 30 seconds.
We implement. So the best I'll do is to make sure that the paper that we write, they get implemented. Thank you.
Okay, one last question, please. So
all right.
how many people you wrote have been implemented?
So far, the papers that we have, I can also send you the link. We have you can look at the paper, Mama Tawandala's tourism development in Lesotho. We have that paper, it's online. And at the moment, we are still working on that project. So it's based on that research alone. So it's one example. Some of the examples we have is the research center that I'm involved in. We also have a paper online about electricity usage in Lesotho, rural electrification in Lesotho. So we have also conducted that project and the results are online. I can also send you all the links on my profile. They're there on my.
A question just came in now from Tosin. Apart from your listed achievements, what are the research areas you already have in mind for South Africa, relating on the challenges
South
facing
Africa,
the region?
Southern Africa, or Africa?
Yeah, Southern Africa. It should be Southern Africa.
Yeah.
In less than 1 minute, please.
The best way to answer that question is, already I have, it's also online, a paper about Africa development beyond COVID-19. So I've written a paper about sustainable development in Africa. The paper is also online. I can also send the link. So there I have the solution on how best Africa can develop using its endogenous resources, like to build its comparative advantage against all other competitive nations. So in that paper, paper, we have put forth so many strategies that Africa can do. For instance, yes, we are talking about the proportion of labor and capital that can actually build the comparative advantage of Africa. So
All right,
the best we
your
can
time
do,
is up. Please, sorry, Leseko. Sorry, I have to stop you now. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, somebody is saying your position is not for your country only, but the region. It's not just for Lesotho,
Yeah.
you're representing Southern Africa.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the paper is about Africa. In fact, it's about the continent that I've written. The one that I'm talking about right now. It's about Africa beyond COVID-19. How do we accelerate towards sustainable development?
Are you planning to work alone or as a team?
I'm good working alone and as a team. So all these projects that I mentioned here, I've been working with a team. So I prefer working with a team. It's a huge initiative.
All right, we can take. Thank you, Tosin and Samuel and everyone that has put forward questions. We can't take any more for now. Thank you, Leseko Makhetha. You could stay around or you can as well leave.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mavis Kolobi next.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening to those who are in China and good afternoon to those who are in Africa. My name is Mavis Kolobe. I'm from Botswana. Currently, I'm a PhD student at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing. I'm also a lecturer at the University of Botswana, but currently on study leave. For the first few years of my career, I spent so much time working on policy-based research. As a consultant for the government of Botswana, UNFPA, I've also worked with international organizations as the Partnership for Economic Policy. I've done this work because policy-based research is the research that changes lives. It's not papers that you just publish, but you work with community to address the issues that they have. And through this work, I've seen some of the recommendations being implemented, especially when we were drawing the youth unemployment policy in Botswana, and it's one of my greatest achievements. As a lecturer, I've served in one of the boards in the faculty, the Student Advisors Board. The board links students, the university, and external stakeholders. I've also served as secretary of the Botswana Journal of Economics. It's a small journal, but we hope that in the long term, it'll also be one of the prominent journals in Africa and the world. I've also served as chairperson of the University of Botswana Workers Association. So I've served as a leader before. The reason why I want to be elected as vice president of Southern Africa, it's first, we have very few members who are from Southern Africa in OAAD. And one of the things that I want to do when I start is start a recruitment drive such that we have a good representation in the organization of representatives from my region. Secondly, I want to start a research group that focuses on issues that are prominent in Southern Africa, issues such as income inequality. If you look at the top 10 countries with the highest inequality in the world, 6 of them are from Southern Africa. But then you look at the research output, there isn't really much which has been done in that area, except most of the research is just focusing on South Africa. Secondly, if I'm elected as vice president of Southern Africa, I want us to work towards building long-term partnerships with other external stakeholders, stakeholders that share the same goal as OAAD. And one such partner that I've identified is ARC. Yes, Chair. One such organization that I've identified is ARC. I believe I have the skills necessary to work on this partnership. And as OAAD, we also have the human capital, which will be possible. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Questions? It's like Dr. Arnold has a question for you. He
Okay.
has unmuted his mic.
Okay. Thank you for this speech. I have a question. What project can you bring to improve the lifestyle of the southern the lifestyle of the people of your region?
The lifestyle. Oh,
Yes.
okay. One thing which is common amongst us people in Southern Africa is that we are dependent on minerals. As such, I feel it's time that we work on projects that diversify away from the mineral sector. We look into projects in agriculture and manufacturing, but mostly focusing on agriculture and taking into account the use of solar energy in our production, because this part of the region, it's so hot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pagou, for that. And thank you, Kolobe. Can you tell us one key challenge you have spotted out apart from the inequalities that you think that you're taking up this position can solve?
Yeah.
That you think taking up this position can solve, please?
Like I said from the previous question, the other challenge that I've realized is that we are just too dependent on the minerals in this part of the region, and we are forgetting some of the important sectors such as agriculture. Like most of us in this region, we just depend on buying food items from South Africa, and we are not producing enough for ourselves as small states. So I feel like it's something that we have to work on solutions to the issues that we have in the agricultural sector, such that we grow it and we are able to sustain our life. We are able to sustain ourselves and not depend on just one economy.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mavis Kolobe, and we would move to the next candidate.
Okay, thank you.
So the next candidate here is for Vice President Western Africa, Olayinka Kehinde Oderinde. Dr. Olayinka Kehinde Oderinde, Vice President West Africa. If he's in the house, then you can begin. Oh, if he's not in the house, then we can take the next candidate. Still for Vice President Western Africa, Jane Nche Kube Aleke. Sorry. I'm sorry
It's
if
okay.
I miss.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Jane Aleke. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a PhD student in China, Guizhou Maison University. And I'm studying social work and public administration in China here.
About 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So why I'm vying for this post, and I would love people to vote for me for this post, is because I've had some experiences, not so much, but I've worked with in prison rehabilitation, and I've also worked for the British Council Justice for All program for inmates, whereby awaiting trial inmates were to fasten up their trials. Also, I've been a teacher for years, for about 12 years, and I've been able to, though they say leadership, I've not had the opportunity of being a leader in a big, organization or whatsoever, but I believe being a teacher is also a form of leadership, because you get to lead young people through example, and through example, and they get to see you, the way you act and the way you behave, they emulate what you do. So being a teacher is equally a form of leadership. Now, coming to OAD, my intent and things I intend to do if elected for this position of Vice President West Africa, I intend to create more awareness, in line with the objectives of OAD. I intend, which is to bring in more young people, young intellectuals. I intend to create more awareness so that the more people get to know more about that, we can increase in number and be able to achieve the aims and the visions of OAD in general. Also, I intend to work, set up a structure, the OAD West African structure, a structure that will enable us to, function, though in line with the objectives, but also function independently to be able to perform more or achieve more as an organization. Thirdly, I'll also I'll also
You
make
have
sure
about
that
30 seconds,
whatever
please.
projects that are really handling right now, there is continuity of projects, and that no project which is being being handled right now on ground will be left uncompleted. But every project that is being handled right now will also be completed. Also, I also intend to work
All
with the
right,
president
thank
and so that
you.
all the
Thank you. Questions? You have exceeded your time. Question, please. Questions. From what she has said, we can ask our questions. Sorry, I had to stop you.
it's okay.
Since you have so many things you want to do, if you're elected as a vice president of OAD West African region, right? Okay,
Yeah.
knowing fully well that, can you see the comment? If you
Yes, I
can see,
can.
you can directly respond. Okay, I don't have to read to you.
Oh, okay. No, yes, corruption is something that is not something one can do individually. It's as a group, as a team, we intend to handle corruption within our organization, by checkmating each other. Intend to set up structures that will help to checkmate each other, so to limit the level of corruption. Corruption, it's something that is an individual thing, though, because integrity, if you're having integrity as a person, you will be less to commit to be corrupt. But even if we have such people within us, which I pray we don't, even if we have such, we'll set up some structure that will help to checkmate each other. In that way, there won't be chances of, we have limited chances of curbing corruption within ourselves, even as we move forward in whatever we are doing as a team, as an organization.
All right. Are there other questions for her? If no, then I think you can stay on the platform. It's Jane. Otherwise, you can as well leave. Thank you. So the next candidate, one more time, is Olayinka Kehinde Oderinde, Vice President, Western Africa. Is he here? Dr. Olayinka. All right, we move to the
Sorry,
next.
he's having some challenges. I will try to get across to him.
All right, please do that while we proceed to the next candidate. The next position is General Secretary, and we have FAMBO Houlda, right?
Yeah, Houlda.
Oh, okay. Houlda, not okay. Houlda. Okay, sorry for that. So please, you can begin. Be
Okay.
brief. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to express myself. My name is Hulda Fombo from Benin Republic, and I'm PhD student at Nanka University, and my major is economics. I'm really passionate about entrepreneurship and digital economy. So I would like to be the secretary of OAAD because I have that fire burning in me for OAAD. And I think that OAAD has a very important role to play in shaping our new Africa we all dream about. So I think that with this platform, we can bring Africans together and with all the members, we will build we will build a strong, promote a strong OAAD. In fact, my dream, one of my biggest dream is to alleviate poverty in Africa and promote youth employment. And I believe that digital economy can be the key for this. And it goes in the same line with OAAD vision. So I think this is a great opportunity to bring the passion in me to work for OAAD, and together we can have a better life for Africans in the future. So for me, I'm inviting everybody to support me for this position because I believe that with your support and with my passion of making a new Africa, we can make impossible become possible, because OAD is not only about research, but it is preparing career. It is also preparing our members for their post-study life. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mavi. Sorry, FAMBO Houlda.
Yeah.
The floor is open. You can ask
Okay,
questions.
thank you, Mrs. Houlda. I would like to ask, have you had any experience with entrepreneurship? Could you share
Yes.
with us? And
Yes.
also what projects could you implement to alleviate poverty in Africa?
Interesting. Okay, thank you for the question. As I said, for me, digital economy is the key to solve most of our problems in Africa. So I'm also an entrepreneur. I have a startup in e-commerce in Africa, and even right now, I'm working on a project with some members to organize some webinars, conference, and invite some key leaders from the industry like Silicon Valley and other places to come and so we can discuss about the digital economy. I would like OAAD members to get educated about the digital economy so that together we can participate into that. As you know, for the fourth revolution, natural resources are no more a resource. It is data that is the resource. So Africa has 1.3 billion people. So that is very huge. And if we can make a very good use of this one, I think Africa will be top or will be very developed in a few years. We just have to put our mind together, have a very clear goal, and fight for it. I think we can achieve it.
Thank you. But I would like to remind you that like natural resources are still resources, you know.
Yeah, but okay, an example. You can check the richest people on earth now. They are not in natural resources, but they are in technology, innovation, and digital. So you see, you have e-commerce, you have technology, you have Google, Facebook, and others. You can just check it. We are
What's her name? I may like to comment a little on that. Though your time is almost up, but I
yeah.
like to also tell you that well, the thing is, Africa has a lot of natural resources in mind.
Mm. I cannot hear you.
Dr. Samuel, we cannot hear you. Dr. Samuel, we couldn't hear you.
I think he's trying to talk. But,
okay.
Can you listen to him?
I got question.
Sorry?
I'm seeing some questions in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. The questions are for me, right? Are you planning to work alone? No. How are you planning to marry?
Yes, I think that your questions start from what are the specific strategies that you have in place for your stated problem? I think so.
Okay, for strategy, I've already identified some key partners we can have. As far as industries and academia are concerned, I've already identified some we can partner with. So as far as promoting the organization and increasing the number of members in Oaad is concerned, I'm planning that we can work with different student organization and university, so that we can do the promotion of Oaad among that community. So it will increase the number of people we have. And also, as I said, I'm also planning to do some workshop and conferences and invite distinguished speakers. I've already identified some already. So these are my answers for the first. And the second is what are the specific strategy that you have in place for your stated problems? I think I answered that.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Houlda.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So next, we will move to the Assistant General Secretary position. I think that for this position, it is Mr. Olayemi Hafiz Rufai.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay. You have 2.5 seconds.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. My name is Olayemi Hafiz Rufai. I'm a PhD candidate at University of Science and Technology of China, studying philosophy. I'm happy to be part of this organization. And as the General Secretary, from my previous experience in Secretariat activities, I believe that I can do very well in this position. And two major things that I aim at in developing Africa under the platform of OAAD is, first, we are actually currently working on paper to product research. Yes, that one is currently ongoing. So there's another one I've also been thinking about, that is products to paper. That there are a lot of things in Africa, like for example, like medicine through herbs, through leaves, and many things like that. That is not yet being implemented in paper through publication. I think Africa can leverage on this and increase our level of publication. So I think in the future, we'll be discussing with President on that and maybe other executive members if elected. Then another one again is like connecting in management, there's something we call triple helix model. That is government, institution, and industry, connecting these three together. In developed countries, it's worked for them. That the institution do the research, they give to the industry, and the governments fund them. So the three actually circulate like that. So under the platform of OAD, we can take advantage of this and merge these three together. We can communicate with all the various stakeholders involved. So I believe that if given the opportunities, we will do our best to ensure that we take Africa to the limelight. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So, are there any questions for Olayemi? The floor is open.
Hello.
For questions.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
yes,
sir.
Hello.
Okay, my name is Samuel, and I have a question for Olayemi and that of Houlda.
Okay, thank you.
You are contesting for the position of secretary.
Yes.
All of your argument has on publications and publication. My question is, how are you going to handle the secretarial work of OAAD? You have so many vice presidents involved. You have so many regions. How are you going to handle the secretarial work?
Sorry, please. I have to mention that Mr. Olayemi is for the position of Assistant General Secretary, not General Secretary.
Yes. He's there to assist the General Secretary, right? So
yes.
So my question is, both of them, how are they going to handle the secretarial work of the organization? Okay, because what all they have explained is about broader idea about publications. We're talking about OAD management. How are you going to manage OAD?
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. Currently, we have a database that we store all our information, and we also have a website also, and it's not just only on paper based. Just now I talked about triple helix model that is linking government, industry, and institution together. It's not about paper publication. So it's actually for some developmental activities that concerns Africa and how Africa can move forward. So, and all these things will actually be documented in the Secretariat. And we are also planning that in the nearest future, we are going to be linked to all embassies globally, so that there will be some communication concerning the development of Africa and activities of OAAD. And currently, the headquarters is in Kenya, so that is where the headquarters secretariat is, and we have documentation. So that is what I can say, and we are also thinking going digital in this aspect.
Okay. Mr. Samuel, is it enough? Are you satisfied?
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Olayemi. So next, we are going for the position of Editor-in-Chief. Is Mr. Emmanuel Olaoluwa. Mr. Emmanuel?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, the
Can
floor
I
is
be
yours.
heard? I'm speaking. Can somebody? Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emmanuel Olaoluwa Eresmaya. I'm a final year doctoral researcher at the South China Sea Institute of Oceanology, Chinese Academy of Science, and majoring in physical oceanography. I have served in different capacity from my elementary school to high school and the university. I've been privileged to serve as class representative, assistant general secretary, electoral committee member, chairman of electoral committee member, and president of several organizations. I review for different journals, such as journals in Elsevier, in Springer, Science Domain, to mention but a few. I am also an appointed member of the editorial board of African Journal of Science. I am the coordinator of the OAAD Climate Research Group which is currently writing a review paper over the entire Africa. I presently provide mentorship to the OAD, OMG, the master student arm of OAD, through which I am mentoring and partnering with the upcoming young scientists undergoing their MSc. I'm serving presently as the pioneer editor-in-chief, through which I have worked alongside other committed editorial board members, by which we provided in-house critical review and suggestion to above 30 articles, some of which are now published articles in reputable journals. In coming months, we hope to provide more help that will increase the number of articles with OAAD affiliation. Now, in the past months, I have been working with present executive and selected committee members toward the actualization of the maiden edition of OAAD Annual Conference and Special Issue. This project is still ongoing, and to bring it to fruition, I am hereby seeking re-election as the OAAD editor-in-chief. I believe that for this project to be achieved, I need to actually seek for re-election, and that is the reason why I'm seeking for re-election. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. So, are there any questions for Mr. Emmanuel?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for your presentation. Now that you are aspiring to continue the post of editor-in-chief, do you plan to work with other colleagues in making the mission and vision of OAD achievable, or you want to work alone? Because if you are the editor-in-chief, we need people to work with. How do you plan to set up your own committee or your own team to work together? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And if you would observe that all throughout the presentation, you have been hearing working along with some committee members. Presently, we have about 5 committee members already in place that are actually working, that consist of different people from different backgrounds. And that I will continue with. I'll continue to work alongside committee members, and as need be, we may also set additional committee that will actually help in the actualization of this project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, next, we go for the position of Assistant Editor-in-Chief, Mr. Leonard.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, hello.
I am Dr. Engineer Nhakirutimana Leonard. I had a PhD in agriculture economics and management. I live and I work in Burundi. And I have 17 years of experience in administration and the teaching level. I want to join OAAD to improve performance in paper publishing as assistant editor-in-chief.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
I want to help OAAD to improve performance in paper publishing as assistant editor-in-chief. My manifestation is I am convinced that when you are a leader, I think OAD is a team. When there is a team leader, you must follow step by step the process of all activity and they look carefully to the accomplishment of the task. And when you work together, each member of the team work correctly according to the task of the organization. And the organization become more understood by all parties. Because the problem in Africa is working together. But one member has his task and he must collaborate with other member of the team, like me, with my editor-in-chief, to make all paper in order. First, comma, first, and make our work good. Then we must take on serious our post in order to publish good paper which will be satisfy our reader. If not, our team will be disqualified. But from my experience, I was administrative and teacher. But if you work together, all outcome is good. If not, you
Okay.
lose the
Please
way.
wrap up, please. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Are there any questions for Mr. Leonard?
Okay.
Okay, let me ask a question. Mr. Leonard, thank you for your presentation. Since you have joined the organization, what has been your contribution and also a motivation why you decide to contest for the position of the assistant editor-in-chief? Thank you.
I wanted to be assistant editor-in-chief in order to help the editor-in-chief to do a good work. Because sometimes if the editor-in-chief has many work, the assistant help to see if there is no one mistake and make correction in the process. As example, in my work now, I am director of environment protection, climate change, and the outcome of natural resources. I have 5 workers. I must to see if all documents I send it to my team is prioritized one by one. And then me, I report to my chief of the office. I must to see if all the tasks according to my job now is okay, accomplished.
Dr. Leonard, please round up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he basically was trying to ask you, what has been your contribution so far? And in answering that, I really can't pick out your contribution to OOAD from your response. I don't know if
no. Now I have not. I have no paper published in OAD article, but I have a paper published in other platforms.
Oh, that was what he was asking you. That what has been your contribution? If I understood his question very well.
Now, if I am the assistant.
No. What have you contributed to OOAD before now? Right, Dr. Akinrinade?
No, I have.
Is that okay? So what have you contributed
to make it
before now that gives you the courage that based on this contribution I have made, I can even do more or do exactly the same or more?
Now, if the chief of the group Francais, I have submitted my topic in order to,
You do what?
I have sent my topic to the group Francais, the group.
Okay. You send your topics to the group to help you translate.
Already. Then I wait if we start to work on OAAD, we improve the thematic in order to make a mini paper from my topic. My topic is green manual for sustainability development.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure
Let me
out.
just let me help a little. Yes,
All
he
right,
said.
thank you. He said he sent his topic.
Yes, there is a group, a research group, Francais research group. That yes, and recently they've had a number of meetings, and everybody was asked to submit topics for subsequent research. So he's saying that he has supplied a topic which they are working on in terms of for publication at the Oaad Francais Research Group.
Okay, so that happens to be his contribution, if I understood.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's contributed. Yeah.
All right. So, Dr. Arnold, it seems you want to say something.
No, I don't want to say anything.
All right, thank you. I think we spend a lot of time on Dr. Leonard. All right, Dr. Leonard, thank you. And we would go to the next candidate. It's like I could cite Dr. Olayinka now.
Okay, yes, sir. I'm very much online now.
All right, please, you can begin. For Vice President Western Africa, he wasn't around, so we had to skip.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone present online. I'm so sorry for coming late online. I've been busy, having lectures from 9 a.m. since I entered school. Like I told you, I'm a lecturer at Leseko University, Ibadan, Nigeria, and I'm present.
You have just 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah,
Don't
basically,
be carried away by the last presenter. I think it was on.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So basically, like I said, I am recontesting for the post of Vice President of Western Africa. Now, it's something that that I've done before. I'm trying to assist the president in carry out the day-to-day activity of OAD. I can say that I am multidisciplinary in relationship because I've worked with so many research groups under OAD, even outside my research area, which is chemistry research group. Not even that. The welfare of even members of OAD has been on my mind, and basically because of that, I've been able to bring someone who is a psychiatrist, a senior consultant psychiatrist, even from Nigeria. I get to be able to give us webinar on how to be able to manage our health on OAD, or how to be able to manage our health with respect to while we're studying and even after we must have studied. So let me just say I'm bringing kind of a wealth of experience into bear this time around, based on what we have built on the ground, and I want to continue to build. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Next question for Dr. Derinde.
I think I'm seeing a particular question here, maybe from Tosin, that during your last position, what are the main challenges you identify or face, and do you have a solution in mind to nip it in the bud? Let me just say, during my last position, I think I was about coming home when the last expo was inaugurated. I wouldn't say I have any challenges at all, apart from trying to be able to link up with OAD online almost every day, and knowing fully well that internet data back home in Africa is as much more expensive. In fact, let me just say I spend as much as maybe 6 or 7 times the amount that I usually spend on Wi-Fi in China back home in Nigeria. So let me just say those are the main challenges that I have. I don't really have any issue trying to connect with OAD online because I have the vision, I have the mission, and I want to like support OAD to grow. So I spend my money. I get to, buying data every now and then to be able to. So those are the challenges that I have. And I'm ready, like I said, I'm multidisciplinary. And I'm ready to be able to put those challenges behind me and assist the president and every other members of the ESCO to be able to push OAD forward. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Are there other questions for Dr. Olayinka?
Yeah, there is.
All right, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Samaila.
Yeah, Dr. Olayinka, your name is a household name in OAD. You have been here since
thank you very much.
From the beginning. So what I would just want to say is that for our regional offices, mostly where we have a regional office, our presence are more in that country. For instance, we have the West African office in Nigeria.
Yes,
and I think aside Nigeria and Ghana, we don't have more, presence in other, West African countries. How do you intend, to galvanize support, from other researchers from other, West African continents, so that not only you can, even on your office, you can organize meeting, you can organize webinars for West Africans only, not only, for the general OAD, so that at least we know we are consolidating in those regional places.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samaila. Like you said, basically what Nigeria and Ghana, I want to say presently that I am into a kind of a research work with a team of 5 Ghanaians. I'm the only Nigerians amongst them in the transition research group. The work has started, and the only thing we just need is just to get maybe some policy framework in the area of transportation engineering that I'm submitting to the group for our work to continue. Now, looking at every other West African countries where we don't really have presence, then the only thing I will have to say is that I would need to take permission from not only the president and also the ESCO member, but possibly
Time, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
no, you can wrap up.
Okay, from the general membership of OAD to be able to create a kind of a small group called OAD West Africa. So every members of OAD who are from West Africa, we can be able to come together there, and we can be able to narrate together. Then see how we can be able to move forward. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. In 30 seconds, what was your regional achievements? Just 30 seconds, please.
Let me just say, so far so good. Like I said, I am multidisciplinary. I've been able to relate with different research people on OAD. And like I said, presently I'm working with some, Ghanaian researchers in the area of transportation engineering. I think we're not stopping at that. We want to continue. And that we can be able to do, by creating a kind of a small subgroup, on OAD, that's OAD West Africa. From there, we can be able to launch out, get so many people from different countries under West Africa, and where we can be able to spread our tentacles. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Olayinka. We would now go to the next candidate, who should be Hamza Suleiman Abdoulaye for the position of Public Relations Officer, right? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, the floor is yours. Please, about 2 minutes. Tell us about yourself and why you think.
Good day, everyone. Yes, good day, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hamza Suleiman Abdoulaye. I am from Nigeria, and back home, I am a lecturer at the Department of Mechanical Engineering in Bayero University, and currently, I am a postdoctoral researcher at Gideon University in Hanjo at the College of Computer Science and Technology. My manifesto for this role of the public relations officer of projecting a positive image and putting the OAAD on the global map by organizing events and projecting a positive image so that everybody will know about OAAD at large. I have been assisted to achieve the maximum impact in that office. For example, we have some challenges during the
I can't hear you from here. I don't know.
Me too.
Previous.
It seems your internet connectivity has some issues.
Time, like organizing seminars that we used to, that is due to the that our members that we used to give them a speaker.
Oh. Hello, Dr. Hamza. We can't hear you. Oh. No. We can't hear you, Dr. Hamza. I believe the same is the case for other participants. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I think the later part of your talk we couldn't.
Okay, let me quickly recap what I said.
Please, just 1 minute.
Right now we are looking outside for professionals that can be able to give this webinar series, so that throughout the year we will have at least one webinar series for each month, at least one. That will, help the PhD students and even the master's grooming group to improve on their academics. Apart from that, we are trying to collaborate with other universities, and we will make sure also the publications of OAD members will be available on our websites and our social media handles. This is how we try, this is my manifesto for putting the OAD on a global map and producing a positive impact for all the members of OAD. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, the floor is open. We can now ask our questions. We are far behind schedule. So please, let's ask quickly, and we hope he can as well respond as quick as possible. Any question? No question for Hamza, Dr. Hamza rather. No question for. Okay. It means people know about what you've been doing, then they are in support, endorsing you. All right, thank you, Dr. Hamza. We would quickly move to the next candidate. Assistant Public Relations Officer in the person of Gideon Okonko Atapa. All right, sorry.
Okay, so
okay. Please be brief so that we can.
Thank you. My name is Gideon Okokonatapa, a PhD student of Gideon University, and I'm currently the Secretary of Life Science Research Group. Without further ado, I would like to present my 5-point agenda. So first of all, I promise to ensure that the name of this organization continually attracts dignity and respect, beginning not only in China, but globally, by maintaining the already existent harmonious culture amongst our members, despite our cultural and social differences. Number two, I will also ensure that OAD is continuously promoted across social media platforms, because a lot of people are not still aware of this organization. And if possible, I would also like to manage the social media accounts of the organization. Then thirdly, I will ensure that the database of our organization is comprehensive and up to date so that we do not lose the incredible human resources that we've been blessed with. Number 4, my office will double as the welfare office because I've noticed we do not have such position in OAD to ensure that our members do not need to want for anything academically, financially, and otherwise. Then finally, I'll be an excellent assistant to the PRO so that it doesn't need to do the work alone, and I will discharge my duties to the best of my abilities. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gideon, for that brief and informative introduction of yourself and how you intend to contribute to OOAD if elected into office. Questions for her? You can ask your questions now.
Okay. Good evening, Mrs. Okokon. I would like to ask, have you ever had any experience as a public relations officer before?
Yeah, I've had so many unofficial experiences, like unofficial. I've been a PRO all my life. So this is the first time I'm going to have an official title. So.
Oh, sorry, you're very confident. Oh, I see the reason why she said she's going to have the official title, because you have no one contending with you. All right, I just saw that.
But Ms. Okokon, could you give us an example, any example where you have used, where you used that skills of yours?
Okay, where I was working, I was the PRO of my organization. In my church, in every organization I've been in, I've been the radio, the TV, like the adverts, like everything. I don't know how to explain it, but I have been like the face of, in any organization I'm in, I'm always like the face of the organization. If you need to know anything about it, I'm the first person, I'm the contact point. I'm the one that will tell you what we are about. I'm the one that will tell you how we can help. I'm the one that will tell you how we can solve your problem. So that has been.
Hello.
It's like,
hello, sir.
All right, we are here. We can hear you, sir. Please,
Okay.
you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to try to clarify. My question or my clarification is directed at our incoming PRO. I want to quickly clarify that Dr. Arnold is trying to ask you to give us some examples. And I think all through your responses, you did not mention any specific example, except the fact that you mentioned your church. Like you said in your organization, you did not mention the name of the organization. Perhaps you may want to try to at least do some background check to be sure this kind of organization actually exists or something. So perhaps it may be more convincing if you can mention, even if it is one or two organizations you have been able to hold the office of PRO before. Thank you.
Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right, thank you, Dr. Said. Yeah, please be precise.
So,
you have to be
so
specific.
I worked for MK Properties and Management Services. Is a real estate firm. So if you know real estate, that it has to do with a lot of.
The MK, the firm is where?
MKEM MKAY Properties and Management Services. MKAMI Properties is a real
location
estate in Akwa Ibom State, where I'm from. Okay. So we deal with a lot of properties management, consultancy, and real estate business. So while I'm there, I was the customer service, and I was later promoted to the operations manager. So I dealt with a lot of clients. And you know, when you're dealing with real estate, you have a lot of conflicts to resolve. So I'm always at the forefront of this kind of issues. So that's concerning.
All right. I hope Dr. Saheed is satisfied with that and others.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. So thank you, Gideon Atapa. We would go to the next candidate as we are running out of time. The next here is Victoria A. Uyanga for Financial Secretary.
Okay.
Yeah, over
Yes.
to you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, distinguished colleagues. My name is Victoria A. Uyanga, and I'm vying for the position of the Financial Secretary. I'm a doctorate student at Shandong Agricultural University here in China, and I'm also the Secretary of the Oad Agric Subgroup. I've been privileged to serve in different service units over time, and one thing that I've come to learn is that leadership is not just about the position we find ourselves. It's not about the academic achievements or the managerial skills that we display, but it's the character that we bring into service. And this helps us also to base on our credibility as well as integrity. And this I can say I have boldly demonstrated, not just within OAAD, but in other organizations that I've found myself. So with this mandate, I'm seeking for your endorsement for the Financial Secretary with these three things that I really want to focus on. The first one is to promote innovativeness in our project sourcing, as well as in our programs execution. I also desire to engage with our relevant stakeholders for financial aid towards this organization. And I'm also mandated to promote transparency as well as accountability in OAAD transactions. So therefore, I urge us to take on this right step. And I hope that I'll be able to fulfill all these duties in providing the right platform for OAD to move forward together. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Quite precise and informative. So the floor is open for questioning.
Hello.
Yes, Samuel has a question for you.
Thank you, Dad, for your presentation. But my concern is there any record of your financial secretary position? Do you have any record of that?
Sorry, I don't get your question. Record in the OOAD or in other organizations that I've served?
For the position you are vying for.
I guess he's trying to talk about experience, right?
Okay.
Experience,
Okay.
not just in a sector, but in the position you are vying for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you're asking if I
With
have
respect to
position,
have you held the position of financial secretary in any organization?
yes, I have. I served
or
as the
corporate?
Welfare Secretary / the Treasurer in the Postgraduate Christian Fellowship. That's for my master's program, where I was in charge of the financial bookkeeping as well as the transaction. And I did that for, I think, 2 years consecutively.
The master's program was at where?
Sorry, you said?
Where?
Master's
program was at where?
Okay, at Abeokuta, Nigeria. And that was between 2018, 2019, early 2019.
Sorry, where in Abeokuta?
Ogun State, precisely.
No, you're
organization Abeokuta.
You need the field. Okay, I said postgraduate Christian fellowship. Please, can you hear me?
Postgraduate of which school?
But there are many schools.
Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, West Africa.
Okay. I have a question. So can you tell us what budget did you were you managing? Like how much?
I'm sorry, I cannot disclose the amount of or the volume of transaction that I was handling. If that's what you're asking.
No, just an approximation.
That would not be proper for me to disclose.
Well, I think that's a very good and logical test. I think in my own evaluation, personal, I think she passed, because if she's able to give you the figure, then we can be rest assured that if anybody is asking her about
She would also give OAD's account.
Exactly. Confidentiality is important when it comes to financial transactions.
That's quite.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Victoria A. Uyanga, for responding to those questions precisely. Okay, It's like someone has a question.
Mine was not a question, but I needed some clarifications from her. In her concluding
And we're
statement,
running out of time. Okay, please be brief.
in her concluding statement, she said she hoped to achieve this. I was just wondering if she was gambling. There was no word of affirmation. So maybe she could clarify what she meant by she hoped she could achieve some of these things that she has said. I was just curious to know.
Thank you very much. The word hope that I use there is not to exercise a lack of confidence in myself or in my capabilities, but it's the fact that I hope to assure you, or I need to assure you, that you placing your confidence or your vote in me is the right choice to do. So I think I can state emphatically that being given the position of the financial secretary, I will make our organization to be at the forefront of greatness. Thank you very much.
All
Please,
right.
did you get me? Okay.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah, sure.
I hope he did as well. All right, thank you. Next candidate would be Mweze Chiamaka Nyoma for the same financial secretary position. Mweze, the floor is yours. Please be brief.
Okay, just a moment.
All right.
Okay.
We can hear you. At least I can hear you from here.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good day, Mr. Speaker, current executive of OAD, honorable members of the parliament, my colleague aspirants, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm by name Mweze Chiamaka. Before I proceed, I would like to throw this question to the honorable house. Who amongst you has ever seen or thought or imagined a government without a finance minister, or even an association without an accountant? Sorry. Or even a finance minister without an accountant, just to talk of an organization like OAD without a financial secretary. What would such organization look like? That is to tell you the work of a financial secretary is very, very important in any organization. I would like to utilize this opportunity to explain to the whole house why I think I'm the best candidate for this post. Mr. Speaker, believe you me that managing the finance of an organization is no way a joke. It needs a transformational leader who is capable to handle this position. And one of the core characteristics which distinguishes me from other aspirants is that one, I believe in ethics, reputable, and also I say nothing but the truth, no matter where I find myself in. And one of the things I'm assuring the whole house is that if I'm being given the post, these are the three things I would like to put in place. One is accountability, transparency, and innovation, which is also the key mission and vision of OAD. And these aims or this goal, which I have in mind, I cannot actualize it alone. As a tree cannot make a forest, so as I alone cannot work this. With the help of other executives, we can be able to actualize this dream. Finally, before I conclude, if you are still thinking of who to give this post, I look no further for the best candidate for this financial secretary, because right here with you is Mweze Chiamaka, who is the best candidate for this job. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That reminds me of just 10 seconds. My earlier days in school where we used to have debate. All right, questions.
Okay.
Questions for Chiamaka. Thank you, Chiamaka.
All right, let me ask a question.
Okay, go on, please.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, thank you.
All right, please, can you give us, do you have previous experience that you think will be resourceful if you are given the opportunity to serve in this capacity?
Okay, thank you. Yes, of course, I have experience. In my bachelor degree, I had a degree in finance and management. And back in Nigeria, before I came to China, I was opportune to work with a reputable Chinese organization, not only as their Chinese English translator, I also worked as their financial secretary. I am and I was able to manage the account very, very well without missing any zeros or reduction of any zero.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you, please.
Okay, if I may ask, what has been your contribution to OAAD since you joined as a member?
Okay, thank you very much. From the
And
very
in
first day,
addition to that, how long have you been part of OAD? Then you tell
over a
them
year
your
ago.
contribution.
I think more than a year ago. So since then, I was able to join three research groups: finance, management, and these two: finance, management, and education. And in one of them, which is finance, I was the leader there. We were able to submit 3 research papers, which are on review now. And also in education, one is already, we're on one already, almost to get published. So I make sure, even as I call myself the fast train, those who are in the same group I am, they call me the fast train, because sometimes when we join OAD, some feel reluctant to do something. But with me there, I would like to encourage and ginger others. So let's move this train. That's so.
Sorry, can I quickly say something?
Please,
Pardon?
please go ahead.
Okay.
He has something.
Mine is not a question per se, but I think I want to try and learn from your experience. And I'll be quoting your last sentence where you said you have a way of motivating people today. So what are the strategies do you employ? So at least perhaps it could be beneficial to some of us too. So how do you manage the situation to successfully motivate people to do some kind of work? Yeah.
One thing I believe, or that have been helping me to lead this group, are leaders. As I said, leaders are made. Some will tell you leaders are made, leaders are born. If you think leaders are made, you have to act like one. Sometimes I don't know you from, maybe I just came to China, I joined a group without knowing each and every one of us, right? I don't know your academic background, you don't know mine. So I try to encourage each and every one of us, like we are students, no matter your academic qualification. If you have any question, come to me. If I can't be able to solve that, I'll meet another person. Both in whether academics or whatsoever, the people feel free to come to me because I'm accommodating. I like to share view and also ask questions. So those who are in the same group with me can attest to that.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Chiamaka, for answering those questions very briefly and detailed as well. Brief, but...
I saw your question.
Oh, please, we have to move to the next candidate. I'm sorry about that. Let me see. How can you build a system for the Financial Secretary Office? In 30 seconds, please, if you can.
Sorry, let me go back to the question, sorry.
How can you build a system for the Financial Secretary Office?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. One thing I believe on, and which have been leading me, is a tree cannot make a forest, right? So with the help of other schools, we can come together to help in the actualization of the mission and vision of OAD, which is enhancing Africa in innovation through research. And so with the help of other OADs, I cannot do that alone. So with the help of others, we can make OAD the top notch.
All right, thank you. We would go to the next candidate. Thank you, Chiamaka. Yes, the next candidate is, please mute your mic. Chiamaka, okay, thank you. The next candidate, and I think the last for tonight, is Aisha Ochieng for treasurer, for the position of treasurer. Elisha, the floor is yours, please. You can unmute your mic and begin. Please be brief.
Thank you very much, Professor Samuel. I receive greetings, all of you from Nairobi, Kenya. My name is Elisha Ochieng of Tongji University. My focus area of study is environmental science. Currently, I'm in Nairobi, and I believe that I'm the best candidate for the treasurer, especially at a time like this, when OAD is working towards registering a global headquarters here in Nairobi. I would be physically and readily available to attend to all the formalities around meeting up with officials and opening bank accounts and all those formalities. And I think my work as a treasurer will be easy. I'm good at record keeping, preparing reports, and I think I would work very closely with the financial secretary to ensure that the reports are ready in time. And also, since I think my most significant quality here is I'm a person of integrity, and there will be no any shortage transactions under my watch. Thank you all very much.
All right, very brief and informative as well. So the floor is open for questioning.
Hello, sir.
All right, you have. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation, Mr. Elisha. My question will be a bit practical, and I'll try to be very brief. Now, from experience, the president, the FinSec, and the treasurer are usually the signatories to associations accounts. So in some instances, maybe two people, depending on the mandate you give the bank, it can be two people, it can be three. But where it is two, then it must be the president, usually it is the president and the treasurer. Now, under your watch, like you said, there will be no shady deals. Now, if you have a signal, you sense that there's some level of misappropriation that you are seeing, and you are being pressurized to succumb to that kind of situation, how are you going to manage that kind of condition? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Said, for that very good question. As I've said, I'm a person of integrity, and my testimony attests to that. The people who know me and the places I've served before, my testimony stands. Yes.
Sorry, that doesn't answer the question, sir. I'm sorry. Like, you probably need to share with us, because sorry, the reason why I'm asking this question is I was once the president of an association. So virtually I have experience with different offices, you understand? So that's why I'm asking, how would you manage that kind of a situation? We are not anticipating, but let's assume it comes as a challenge for your office. How are you going to manage the situation?
I think for me, it's just to stand my ground. I'm sure there are procedures on how maybe to appropriate funds. And if these procedures are not being adhered to, and then I need to put my foot forward and totally refuse to agree to anything that would be to the detriment of this great organization, Oaad. Yes.
Thank you very much for your response, sir.
Most welcome.
All right, other questions for Elisha? Do we have other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, thank you so much, Mr. Elisha Ochieng. And I want to use this opportunity, that's the end of the session with you tonight. I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for availing yourselves and for trying to explain why you think you should be elected into the various positions. And I wish you all the very best in the voting process that will commence afterwards, probably from tomorrow. And of course, if you have any question, you can always reach out to the electoral board during the voting process. I would also want to thank the electoral board members in the person of Dr. Arnold. He's here, he's been wonderful, he's been supportive, and the current executive of OAD, they've been really helpful in providing certain information when we need to make our decision and our jobs easier. So I would leave the floor for Dr. Arnold if he would like to say one or two things. And after that, if any one of you would like to say anything, please, you can say. You're free to do so.
Okay, I will be brief. I just want to say thank you to everyone for attending tonight's event, and I wish each and everyone good luck for the elections. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Arnold Pagou. So if anyone would like to say anything, please, this is the time. And all right, please go ahead. Sorry.
I should go. Okay, just nothing, just to thank the organizers. Top notch. People did a great job, so I was able to manage the time. Leo.
That's 666. All right, thank you for
Yes,
your cooperation as well. You made the job easier because you cooperated with what we both work together.
If we don't cooperate, maybe it may reduce our marks, right?
All right, there is a
Because
question.
the chat are
Someone is
strict.
trying to ask.
Prof.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my comments, I want to comment on the process so far. I want to say it has been a very wonderful, and there's something I noticed in this manifesto, and that is a high sense of maturity, like seriously. Even though we know there are some contestants that are contesting for a particular post, but the composure and our address has been very mature, and I think I want to appreciate all of us for that, because we all have it at the back of our mind that we are all working towards a common goal. And the issue of whoever emerges is not actually the issue, but we just have to come together to do a very great job. So I give it to all the contestants, I give it to all the aspirants in the conduct of their manifestos, in the conduct of their campaigns. Sincerely, I'm very, very, very impressed. Thank you very much. And a very big thank you to the Electoral Committee too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Saeed, for that commendation. We really do appreciate. Sorry. It's like
Professor Sam, I really wanted to hear the president's thought on his intention on the scholarship and of OAD. Like in the last 1 year that he has been at the helm of affairs, it has been wonderful with a lot of papers. But I want to know his thoughts if that's the only scholarship that OAD can provide. What are the other things that he thinks when he gets elected as the president, he will bring on board to commiserate and put together with a lot of papers that we have published in the name of OAD?
All right, thank you. Before he takes the mic, please let's be conscious of the fact that this is 11:03, and let's plan to exit this platform officially. Of course, we can remain to discuss, but officially, maybe in the next 5 minutes at max. All right, over to you, President to be elected.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Samuel, and thank you, Dr. Gideon, for that very good question. The electoral board did not allow us to say much, so it's a good thing to have the opportunity to say this. So one of the hallmarks of research and everything that may be required in getting out the best form of research is having sufficient funds, arising from, from good works done previously. So based on the things that OAD has done, OAD started by doing a lot of reviews, and intentionally we did those to open up research questions, research ideas, uncover important research ideas that are of relevance to Africa. We're going to do more of those. If I have the opportunity to lead further, we're going to do more of those. And while we do more of those, we are going to intentionally unveil those research areas until they come up on the radar of several funding agencies who are going to be able to see what we're doing with those. And based on those, they will most likely, we are expecting that they should, in the design of their calls for proposals, some of the research gaps we have identified in our reviews will come up as far as it pertains to Africa and other areas as well. So, and when those come up, because we've already done some work in those regards, we will stand better chances, better opportunities. Our colleagues, our people doing research in various areas will stand better opportunities of winning those grants, because they'll be coming from a point of authority. Say, I've done this already, I've uncovered this, and I know that this is what is required to get the job done and all of that. So we hope to help mobilize the thousands of people in Oad, professionals in different fields, to apply for various grants, because there are huge amounts of grants in various fields that we can apply for research. And we hope to use this to, beyond that, we hope to go to the point of also transforming those into patents and into go to the commercialization point where we can begin to make money from those, and not only allow the journals and publishing houses to make money from our research and all of that. So we hope to drive this in different aspects, different fields and different disciplines. Currently, with the 40 research groups that OAD has, we hope to be able to do significant things in these areas. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir, for that response. Do we have other questions? If no, yeah, please, all the contestants, we still haven't received your bio. You know, we sent a message I think 2 days ago, yesterday or thereabout.
Where are we sending it to?
You can directly send to me.
Okay.
Yes, you can send to me on WeChat because I'm on the group, or I can give you my email. That would be fine. So once I receive, we will give to the technical team. Those, whatever you send would be your profile on the voting platform, so people can read about you, see your experience, what you have achieved, and why they should vote you. And please, please make sure whatever information you're providing, because these things will be in record, is correct and up to date. OAD is known for reputation and authenticity. And whatever we are doing should be correct, legitimate. If by any means you provide anything that is false, according to the Constitution, such false information will be used against you. This is not to threaten you, but please be correct in providing us with whatever information you are providing us, because we will display these things on the voting platform and people would see. And finally, I think I have one more thing to add to that. If you have been convicted previously, of course, I saw somebody raise his or her face. If you have been convicted previously, you may let us know, because you will be holding an office. It's important that we know. And of course, sometimes some people get convicted for what they did not do initially, but later there would be some sort of, how to say, judgment after that to prove them innocent. If you have such, please let us know. You can discuss with me in private, and I will assure you that it will be kept private. And we would see as the electoral board how we can handle this. But if you've not been convicted previously, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Just let us know. It's part of the process. In case in the future, somebody approached us, approached OOAD saying, oh, this candidate had certain issues that has to do with conviction. We would present to them what we got from you that we are not aware of this. That is, if you fail to inform OOAD. So please take it seriously and try and provide those information as soon as possible. I don't know if you have any question regarding that.
Me, I just have something to add.
All this is not going to be used against you or for any other purpose, but strictly for OOAD to have record of this. The electoral board will engage you if you have such history, like conviction. We will engage you. We will try to see how best we can handle that. It's important. All right, please, you can.
I have something to add. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Regarding the bio, you should send at most 200 words, and also prepare a clear picture of yourself.
All right.
Okay.
So your bio should be maximum 200 words.
Yes.
If I were you, I would target 190 at max, 195, so that you don't have, we may not have need to contact you again. If you can compress it to around 190. If you make it 200 exactly, I don't know what the platform would look like. It may say over by maybe one or few words. So we may need to contact you again to remove some few things because we cannot edit your bio for you. It is whatever you provide that we will place there. Right, Dr. Pagou?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't hear you just now. Like,
no, I said right that they should try and make it around, since the maximum is 200, maybe 190, 195 would be fine.
Sure. Yes. Okay.
So that's that. If you have any question, please, you can ask.
Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Is there any update for the voters?
For the voters, we will tell them, we would let them know. The voting platform will be open.
Yeah, because I only have my concern. I don't know what will be the.
Don't worry. Information about the voting will be shared across all group, across the group of contestants. It will be broadcasted.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Other questions? If no other questions, I would like to thank each and every one of you once again. I'm sorry that the schedule, we couldn't really work exactly with the schedule, but at least it helped us to be mindful of time. I mean the timing. At least it was better we had it because it guided us. And wish you all the very best during the election process. I mean the voting process. So that's all from here. Dr. Pagou Arnold, you have anything for them? You can
No. We already say. I think we already said everything.
All right.
Eve raised hand, or she
Who?
said Eve.
Okay, I can't see.
Okay, maybe it's just me seeing. Yes, Eve,
Hello?
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. My question was about the bio, but he already answered. So I wanted to ask before he answered. I wanted to know the maximum, the limits of the bio.
Around 200 watts, but you can stick to around 190, 195.
Okay, it's okay. That's
So we should get your bio latest by tomorrow morning.
all right.
Dr. Pagou?
Yes. By latest 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Before 12, before noon, China
Yes,
time, Beijing time.
Yes.
Please, a question. Sorry, I think I missed out. Who are we submitting the bio to?
Well, I think it would be better for, okay, you can send to either Pagou or myself.
I think
But
I actually sent mine, but it's from the criteria you're giving now. Mine is a bit above 200. So meaning I need to rewrite or compress.
Yes.
Okay.
Compress it.
Please.
Okay. We'll
So
do
you
that.
can
Thank you.
resend. Yeah, you can. You can send to me, or you can send to Pagou. But I think it will be better if we send to one source so we can keep track.
Yes. It's better that they send it to you, to someone. It's better to send it to someone.
Or you can. Okay. You can send to me directly.
Okay, thank you.
And also,
So
please.
It's easier for us to track.
Yes. Prepare also a picture, a very clear picture.
And beautiful. As
Yes,
well.
with good resolution.
You don't need to worry about that. She's already beautiful.
Yes.
We have beautiful faces in Oaad, so they are all beautiful,
Even me.
Please, can you assign me to be collecting pictures so I can have Oaad album here?
Dr. Samaila.
No, I want to have an album here now.
Even the men are beautiful in Oaad.
So I can just have an album.
So please, yeah, I think we should exit now. I would, okay, sorry, I can exit. The meeting has ended. If you want to discuss, you can carry on, please. Right?
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Yes, good night.
Okay, good
Bye,
night,
everyone. Yeah, all the
Okay,
best.
goodbye, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Dr. Elijah.
Yes.
Elijah, can we have a discussion? Let me call you on your WeChat.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night, Dr. Elijah. Good night, everyone.
Oh, thank you very much, Linda, for the congratulating messages. I think the people didn't know about the OMG being represented. They didn't communicate well. Thank you. Yeah. So the platform is going to go down. Have a great time, great night rest, everyone. Bye-bye.
President, vote for me, please.
Okay, goodbye, sir. Goodbye, everybody. Best of luck.
Yeah, I have